Hi, my name is Tenji and I'm an executive coach. And today we're talking about how to advance in your organization if you are a middle manager seeking a more senior leadership role. Let's talk about one of the things that I have found can be a challenge for a lot of managers, and it is the mindset shift from being a manager to being a leader. What is the distinction? A manager is someone who really drives delivery, execution, and still has quite a bit of their hands in the pie. And a leader is someone who enables delivery through their team and is able to contribute to decision making and debottlenecking, opportunity identification in a way that expands the company's ability to drive impact and to expand into new growth areas, making decisions that advance and accelerate the company's strategic mission. This is very different to focusing on delivery, and it means that you show up in a very different way. Now, why is this a mistake that so many leaders make? Because for managers, this is a comfort zone, right? You've been promoted to manager because you can execute. You're a king and queen at delivery. You are reliable, you are consistent, you're great at debottlenecking, you probably have built great relationships within your team and a lot of trust with your manager, and that is why they've opened up the opportunity for you to advance to management, right? But while that is what it takes to really get to a management role, getting to the next level requires something different, and it's contributing in a different way. The reason that we tend to focus on delivery is that it is a comfort zone, right? And no one's really kind of come to tell us that, hey, now I need to see more from you. And what it really actually takes to get promoted is people being able to see that we can operate at the level that they'd like to take us to. There's a certain amount of demonstrated ability for your desired level that you have to have before you can be promoted to that level. So when we don't do this and we don't start kind of stepping up into the role that we want, what can happen is our leaders who may be considering us for certain positions will not be sure, right? They haven't seen, hey, can they do it? Can they really handle it? Do they really think at this level? I don't know if this role would be too much for them. I don't know if they're ready yet. They will worry about our leadership maturity and about whether we're really operating as a peer, and partly because they don't have data points. So what we need to do instead as managers is to shift from the mindset of being a manager to the mindset of being a leader, right? And what is that shift? It's about focusing less on delivery and more on strategic thinking and enablement, right? And so this isn't about like how you're positioning yourself amongst other leaders, etc. It's all about how you are driving value, right? Ultimately, everyone in the organization is contributing towards driving value. And so what does this mean? This means stepping back and asking yourself, for the role that I'd like to get to next, or the next leadership level for me, how do those individuals contribute towards the value creation of the organization, right? Do they contribute? Are they in meetings a lot, right? Are they making decisions? Are they problem solving and debottlenecking? Are they creating new business and opening up revenue streams or new client opportunities, right? If you have been in a more of a client service and then ensuring client service is executed well, right, on the delivery side, potentially what you need to start doing is demonstrating that you can also bring new business into the company, right? Maybe what you need to also show is that you can have conversations about the positioning of your business unit, right? Like I think maybe we need to introduce a new product or, service our customers in a different way. Or there's something about the way we're executing that isn't really meeting the full extent of our client needs given where we'd like to be in 5 years' time. So being able to have conversations about strategic implications at a bigger picture level than just at an executionary level are ways in which you can start positioning yourself. And there's many other ways you do this. But ultimately, what you're doing is you're starting to engage with your leaders as more of a peer, right? Like, let me think through this with you, right? I have done some thinking on this before I came to this meeting, and this is what I think we could do from a strategic perspective. This is what I think our priorities should be from a strategic perspective, right? And so What I encourage you to do if you are a manager seeking to step into the next level is to look at what your leader is doing, your boss and their peers, and ask yourself, how do I start embodying and demonstrating some of this impact? It will come through in both the way you're showing up in meetings, the contribution that you're making to key conversations, the ideas that you're generating. Are they more of an executionary nature? Or are they more of a strategic kind of decision-making, big picture nature? And the way that you posture yourself, right? How do you speak? How do you communicate? How do you put forward rationale? Are you showing that you are aware of the bigger implications? And, what are the initiatives that you are specifically driving and owning that are furthering the company's goals? These can be revenue goals, these can be talent goals, these can be social impact goals, whatever it is that are really most important to your organization. The result when you start doing this is that people will start seeing you as a leader. They will know that if they elevate you to the role that you're desiring to be at, you can handle it and you won't falter under the pressure. Number two, they have some data points, right, that point them towards this potential that you have. Of course, there's going to be a gap, and you'll fill the gap once you're in the role. But what you want to do is demonstrate the ability to operate at that level, because what most people are doing is demonstrating the ability to operate at their current level without showing the ability to operate at the higher level, the elevated level that they'd like. So next time when you are thinking about what you're going to focus on, and then maybe give yourself a step back for this year and ask yourself, okay, in my role right now, how can I step up a little bit more, right? Don't be afraid to do this, even though you don't have the title or you don't have the salary increase yet. Quite frankly, what you're doing is you're also building a case for that, right? And as you then build the case and the evidence for it, the conversation becomes so much easier to have because you've got data points. All right, so I am an executive and leadership coach, and I've just started a pilot program to help managers at a mid-level get promoted to more senior leadership roles. If this is something that you also need help with, because it's one of your goals for the year, just drop me a comment below or send me a direct message and let's have a chat about it. All right, ciao.